Head of Strategy at Empowaworx, Kirsten Alexandra, joins us to discuss resolutions young entrepreneurs can set in order to succeed. And she joins us via our video link. Kirsten, thank you so much for joining us this evening here on SABC News. I mean, this is a new year, and in January, we mostly speak about resolutions. And of course, you are focusing on resolutions for entrepreneurs. Speaking to entrepreneurs, what do you think they should prioritize in this new year?
Hi, Mbali. Thanks for having me. So quite a number of things that we've managed to establish that are really, really needed, especially with young people. One of the things that they lack are really good networks, and that's definitely something that we would encourage any entrepreneur to do, is to grow your network. I know there's a lot of sayings out there that say your network determines your net worth, and it is true to some extent, because a sense of collaboration is very important. We can't do things all on our own, and very often we'll see that an entrepreneur who has possibly an opportunity may not be able to fulfill that opportunity if they don't have help, and we love to see the collaborations happening with entrepreneurs. So I think that's one of the really big resolutions to do, is go out there and network, find where other entrepreneurs are hanging out, join a business chamber, go to an incubation hub, meet other people, and within that vein as well, you could possibly meet a really great mentor, somebody who's doing it. And by mentorship, you don't have to have somebody who's wildly successful and that you're looking up to, just somebody who's done the thing and that you can really learn from. And that's really what we encourage people to do.
And dealing with mentors, one would ask that, you are saying that they shouldn't look to the most successful business people to try and get mentored by them. But how do you go about even trying to get the right mentor for your own business when some would say that it's not really easy to get somebody to have the time invested in you to encourage you in your business? Yeah,
look, I think there are another number of types of mentors. Yes, you get, sort of the top businessman, and yes, he has limited time or she has limited time. So it's a little bit nerve-wracking sort of approaching someone and saying, please help me. I think that we can look at peer-to-peer mentorship as well. And there's great value in that, where you sit down and you say to someone who's in a similar sort of vein or boat to you, or even similar industry, and say, what have you done that has really enhanced your business life? Or what have you done that really was successful? And on the other side is, what have you done that didn't work? So that we can learn from each other. So mentorship can be peer-to-peer as well. Yes, finding a mentor is quite a thing. And I think obviously young people would sort of have a look at who they believe is successful and who they admire in their industry. And there's nothing wrong with approaching someone and just sending them an email and say, hey, this is who I am, this is what I'm doing, would you mind mentoring me? And the worst that can happen is the person will say, no, I can't do it. Or they can say to you, yes, I can, and I'll spend an hour with you a month. So whatever you can get, absolutely. But you can't win unless you try. So go out there and try, be bold, and ask for the help that you feel that you need. And along the way, you're going to meet a lot of different people who will help you if you're asking for that help.
And maybe let's also now touch on an aspect of reviewing your business activities. I mean, looking back at the year that was and seeing what worked for your business and what didn't work. How important is it to look back and review the business model that you are working with to ensure that you do become successful and that you don't make the same mistakes as you did in the past?
Absolutely, that's so vital. I think one of the things that we always talk about in a new year is sit down on New Year's Eve and look at the year that has been. Look at it and really assess what it is that you did that was wrong or didn't work for you, and what, very importantly, what worked. and sort of really assess these things, take the things that didn't work and leave them behind, and move forward with the things that did work, so that you are you sort of lighten the load, and don't beat yourself up about the things that didn't work, because every single thing that you do is a learning experience. So if it didn't work, that's okay. You've learned from that. You know what doesn't work. And that's very important. But learning from your mistakes is absolutely vital in any aspect of life, whether it's entrepreneurship or otherwise.
And Kirsten, one would also say that we can't talk about the successes of entrepreneurship, especially when you're living in a country like ours, South Africa, where we know that we have a very struggling economy. I mean, it's an economy that's struggling to grow. It's an economy that's struggling to create jobs. How do you inspire entrepreneurs to ensure that, to keep them motivated, so that they do reach their goals in a very difficult environment?
Yeah, look, it is a difficult environment. And I think, though, having said that, we have an incredible, especially when we're talking about the youth, we have an incredibly tenacious youth population. And just one tiny little success can keep them going for a very long time. And I think that's, once again, reminding them that those successes are worth talking about, and they're worth holding on to. And one of the things that we do at one of our properties, our platforms, Empower Youth, is we spend a lot of time inspiring our youth and sort of giving them opportunities to really understand that what they're doing is incredible work, and every step of the way is a great thing that they're doing. And once again, when you're doing peer-to-peer mentorship and you peer-to-peer networking, you can encourage each other. And yeah, it's tough, when things aren't working the way you want them to work. But if you look at a young entrepreneur who can't find a job, and they're an entrepreneur because they can't find a job, and that's many of our youth are doing that, and they're coming up with these incredible ideas because of that. They have to make a living, and the fact is that they're actually doing it. If you're making a living, you did a job today, you got a client today, you helped someone, you made a little bit of money. You may not be a millionaire, you may not be as successful as you wanted to be, but you're doing your thing, and you get up every morning with a purpose, and you move forward with that. And to me, and to all of us, that's a great success, because you're not giving up. So that kind of thing, it's not about, yes, of course, we all dream of being, driving a Bentley or whatever it is, and being super wealthy and employing lots of people. But the fact is, many of our young people are surviving in a way that is absolutely extraordinary. And it's really beautiful and an exciting thing to see them doing that.
Kirsten, thank you so much for your time this evening. That is Kirsten Alexandra. She is the head of strategy at Empowaworx, just talking to us about young entrepreneurs and, giving them tips on how they stay motivated in order for them to succeed in whatever business they are in.